Have you ever heard of Stu Peters? Well, if you haven't, I'm going to show you a disgusting clip by this guy. He's a white nationalist. I'm going to give you advisory. I tried to beep out the word he used in there. So there's an advisory there. But you're going to get the point of what he's saying about Nikki Haley. I'm not defending Nikki Haley in any kind of way, but I wanted to show you where these wicked people's hearts are. Because he's a nationalist that hangs out with Nick Fuentes, which is another white nationalist, and that they are evil to the core. Take a look at the clip and we'll talk.
Her humiliation hasn't been reserved for the ballot box, as Nikki Haley's multiple affairs against her military husband have come back to the surface to haunt her. She's been widely derided among her former colleagues and supporters as a disgusting whore. She's been exposed as a fake Christian who pimps Christianity for votes while taking part in third world Sikh rituals because she's an Indian, not an American.
And as you can see there, you see what he said about Nikki Haley and talks about that she's all of these. I don't know if the multiple affair stuff is true or not, how they do. Then to set up and call her, a person, I'm not going to use the word, but a person that prostitutes around on a corner, things like that. And to sit there and say that she's a Sikh rituals because she's an Indian, it reminds you, it kind of goes back to the days of Obama. Anybody brown, anyone of color, they somehow will go down that road. That's a whole nother deal. But the whole point I want to make with these white nationalists and Christian nationalists, there's no difference, really.
Can you not stand and not turn to the left and give yourself as a partner to the evil that wants to take this land? Well, I say no. It will not happen. It will end and it will be done because I say it will be done. So be ready to see what will happen, regardless of what they show, the lying, frying news. And the liars and the stealers and the takers will pay greatly for what they have tried to do. For they will fail and fail greatly in every way. Because that landslide will pull every one of them down. And justice will be served, says your God. So stand in the light or run to the darkness. But nothing will stop me from my plan of putting my son, Donald Trump, back in that White House. Even if they inaugurate the villain and try to put him there, I will kick him out. I will remove him, and I will remove every obstacle that's in the way. Maybe they'll show that in the news, says your God.
Christian nationalism uses Christianity as a means to an end, that end being some form of authoritarianism.
One is a little bit more, far extreme on areas, because this Stu Peters, he's a Holocaust denier. He's actually called for the execution of Fauci. Said he's going to drag Fauci out of retirement and they're going to hang him, because of the COVID stuff, and called for the execution of Hunter Biden in an electric chair or something like that. Called for execution of Taylor Swift. Anybody had to do with anything with vaccine stuff, all of this, his conspiracies, this guy's way, way out there. And you want to talk about the hate. This guy will fit right in the 1950s, in the days in Mississippi, down in the South. He would fit right in. One of those guys that will spit in your face as those that were walking by or trying to get on a bus, do whatever, or go to school. He's that type. This man is filled with so much hate. And guess what? The Christian nationalists are filled with just as much hate. These Christian nationalists, they are far off to the extreme. You always see stuff. They want a mass. Their messaging is mass arrest, mass this. The judgment is coming. All of this revenge type stuff. Nothing to do with the love of Christ. And because these two groups are blended and mended together, it has damaged the church. The gospel, the devil has gotten a stranglehold on the church at the moment, and of those out here trying to preach the gospel. And because so many weak pastors have set back and have not went forward over the years with the proper teaching, standing up to all of this craziness. They have allowed it to infiltrate their homes, infiltrate their churches. And now you have these people like this, Stu Peters, Nick Fuentes, Michael Flynn, all of these pastors that speak at these reawakening events. There's plenty of Christians that go to this stuff. And these people cheered. I wish I could show you the video. It's 2 months. I'm not going to show it. Where he talked about when he was speaking, the Stu Peters speaking and talking about how he's going to drag Fauci out and all of these execution stuff. And people are cheering and all of this. And a lot of them call themselves Christians. That's what's the danger we are in right now. It's crazy. I mean, it's a time of like never before. Many people said it's like a twilight zone. These folks are wicked to the core. And they're running around in the name of religion, in the name of thinking that you are that they're going to whip you into shape, like it or not, and they're going to put this theocracy and all of these things in place and control your life and think that they're going to make you. And that's a whole nother message. But these folks think that they're going to make you become a Christian. You can't make nobody love the Lord. You can't make nobody do nothing. We'll talk about that because I got a separate message for that. But just remember that. You can't make nobody do anything. I said this long ago in a message when I first started this channel. I remember my cousin where she was call herself witnessing to me because I was out there in the streets and acting crazy, hanging out with all the wrong people. And I remember she talked to me one time and was trying to witness to me, but she was always combative. And unfortunately, she's still combative to this day. Nobody in the family really wants to deal with her. She's just that combative type person. And she was being combative with me on the phone. And she says, "Guess, if you don't straighten your life up, buddy, you're going straight to hell," and slammed the phone down on me and stuff. Now, thank God I did not harbor some type of resentment to those that practice religion or, those to the Bible and to Christ. Because that right there could have pushed me further into a corner and further away. But that's what these types of people are doing because of their hate messaging, because of their carrying the banner of Christianity like they are the ambassadors of it. And all of this of putting it in the forefront, they are pushing people further away. But why their little cult groups, they're the ones, they're all cheering and this and that, but they're not doing anything to bring in others into the body of Christ because they're not part of the body of Christ. This is a whole nother thing that the devil is using to distract people. These folks are frauds. Stu Peters is going to have to answer to God one day for all of his hateful rhetoric, him and all the people that he talks about and showcases on his little platform that he has. One day, God's going to deal with all that hate. And you know what? He's going to be the one sorry as he stands before the judgment seat of Christ. And don't let that be you. So until the next video, Evangelism for God is a channel. My name is Maurice Braxton. If you're new, consider subscribing, hit like, coming along for the journey, because we're marching forward with giving the God the glory and not shaming his name by acting stupid and talking crazy and pushing hate. We don't do that here. So until the next video, my friends, take care. God bless.